Okay. Well, we can have some intro.
We're back! Yay!
That's like freaky. Sure. Okay.
Welcome to eCom Standup with Daria and Bel. Hi, Belinda.
Hi, Daria.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
We're coming at you live. Not live.
Let's do it again. Okay.
Should I stop it?
Don't you remember the clap? No,
Yeah.
don't stop it.
Okay.
Stephen will edit it. So
Okay.
better than just do that. All right.
What am I starting? Are we doing
We're
the
both
clap?
going to look at the camera and you're going to say...
Welcome to eCom Standup with Daria and Bel. Hi, Belinda.
Hi, Daria.
It's funny doing this in person. We've
Isn't
never
it
recorded
weird?
one in person. I think you need your mic closer to your mouth. Though.
All right.
These need to be pretty close to your mouth so that it's equal sound.
Did we try and do one in Toronto?
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did. It's weird. Well,
how long has it been since we've had one live?
A long time. We're back.
We're back. And guess where we are? Guess. You'll never guess. If you look at the floor, that's a clue. We are in beautiful Brazil. We're in Rio de Janeiro for our annual
Planning
first annual planning summit.
Where we are
kicking ass and taking names is what we're doing.
I was going to say drinking caipirinha on the beach, but
we're
yeah,
also doing that. We're also doing that. We're actually going to head to the beach after this.
Yeah.
But we decided that while we got too busy over the last few months / do you think it's been over 6 months, or do you think it's been... We definitely did a We're Back around January of last year, and I think we did a few episodes after that.
Yeah, but we just got too busy.
We got so busy because what we were doing originally... Oh, you know what part of what happened? We were recording on Fridays at one point, and then Ori had like early pickup, and it just got crazy.
Yeah, it got mad.
So we moved to Mondays, but Mondays now are actually crazy. I think we can probably go back to Fridays. Yeah. And I don't pick Ori up now until 5, no matter what time of the year. So I think that should work.
Mondays.
And then Steven can edit it over the weekend, maybe.
Yeah.
If I get him the files by Friday.
Also, we're not going to stick to that punishing schedule of like one a week.
No.
Doing
I think
like
one a month.
Or two a week.
I think one a month, honestly.
Yeah.
As it pertains to e-commerce, I think that works anyway. In terms of how often things do. We kind of have our base. Right? We have a really solid base of episodes, and I think now we have to just keep up with it. Anyway, you might be asking, what could we possibly be talking to you about? It is January 16th. It is 86 degrees outside. It's much hotter in the sun, probably.
Yeah.
And today we're going to talk about what's new in e-com since we last chatted.
What's not everything.
Well, this is what we were arguing about. We literally were thinking about an episode, and Belinda goes, what's not new? And I go, nothing's new. Everything's the same.
Everything has changed.
All right, so what's changed?
There has been a paradigm shift in e-commerce adoption. What, like over the last year?
E-commerce adoption?
Okay, look, let's just get the monster out of the cupboard. The ugly stepsister.
If you say it, I'll punch you in the face.
We have to say it because all of our clients say it. All of our clients.
It's all we talk about. It's just that I just went to NRF and I got overloaded with it. You can probably guess what I'm going to say. I'll give you a second to guess what 2-letter word we're about to say. Is it a 2-letter word? Or what's it called when you like shorten a word with its initials?
I think like
there's a term for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, AI. Obviously it's AI. It's everywhere. It's becoming
say it.
Ubiquitous. What?
Ubiquitous. But yeah, it's a buzzword.
It is a buzzword, but it is actually something that is changing the landscape.
It's a buzz abbreviation.
And I think it's changing the landscape in quite an interesting way, and one that we're not even fully sure of. So one thing I love about what AI is doing is it's kind of forcing everyone to double down on SEO, on traditional SEO. Right? AI optimization is ultimately the same as SEO optimization. SEO optimization.
This is really interesting for me because I do come from old school SEO when you just had to throw keywords into things, where geolocation and this is the geo part maybe is interesting. Geolocation SEO became so important. Everyone was optimizing for X near me, because as Google improved, we were seeing that Google was trying to return results for consumers that if you were like looking for nail salon, dentist, they would include the near me. So they were giving you like results that were like close to you, and everyone was optimizing for that, and it was keywords and keywords and keyword research. However, now with AI, I kind of forgot what I'm saying. No,
it's not really about near me
it
at
is
all.
It's not really about near me, but those consumer requests, the way consumers are searching goes back to the way consumers were searching almost at the beginning of Google.
Well, I
they
think
were typing in longer words.
Oh, they were typing in questions. They were asking
Google.
That's interesting.
Can you help me, Google? And now, with everyone uses Claude and ChatGPT. We call our ChatGPT Charlie. Perplexity, whatever you're using, people are like approaching it.
I'm a big Gemini fan now.
Oh, are you?
Oh, I love Gemini.
I love Claude.
I think what I love about Gemini, and I have no reason to believe this, but I believe, obviously Gemini is built by Google, so I feel like when I need something factual, Gemini is better with facts because it's actually using Google search results. Whereas I feel like, well, because I yell at people all the time when they go to ChatGPT to ask questions about either how to do something or if something is possible on a specific platform.
Okay, let's.
And I'm sure we've all had a boss say, but I look at ChatGPT says it's, or a coworker, and it's like, oh, but ChatGPT said it's possible. And it's like, well, where ChatGPT, and I think what I love is the strengths in all of them. ChatGPT is one of the most phenomenal, I'm going to say, writers in terms of predicting the word that needs to come next. That's ultimately what ChatGPT was built for.
Yeah.
Right? It is built for understanding what word comes next. It's not necessarily the best research agent, but I feel like Gemini was not really built with that in mind. Gemini is more, it is answering the question, and it is using natural language processing, obviously, but it just feels like it actually is accurate more often than ChatGPT is.
I don't use Gemini a lot.
You should try it. You should try it. It's great.
I happen to love Claude. So number one, I've set my Claude to swear at me.
That's hilarious.
So he literally comes back and he's like LFG and don't be effing ridiculous and everything like that.
That's
like,
very funny.
I set him to talk back to me. And for code, well, for simple code, like if I want to prove a concept that I want to send to a developer, without having a design file or something like that, I'm like, give me the base code. Like I can just slap it into HTML and there will be a result.
Well, I think we need to get ourselves back on track a little bit.
How has
AI changed the e-commerce landscape? So I started talking about SEO.
Every single client is panicking and saying, did you see the results that 20 million% of customers checked out or tried to check out or used AI for Black Friday? So everyone is jumping up and down. My question to you is it just a buzzword?
I mean, I think what we don't know about AI is the bubble that's going to burst in however many ways. Ooh. Right? Everyone says there's an economic AI bubble that is 100% going to burst, right? Reason being, a shit ton of money, I don't know if we're allowed to curse, a ton of money is being funneled into AI with very little actual revenue attributed to it at this point. Did you know that?
Yes.
It's something like hundreds, like trillions of dollars have been funneled into it, but it's not really. And I think what's interesting about AI itself producing revenue is, I don't know how they're actually accounting for that, because 100% of tools now have AI included in them.
Correct.
Right? Asana has AI. I was talking to Kate at Bridge. Bridge has AI to help you with like setup. Shopify obviously has Sidekick. So when they're accounting for AI revenue, I don't know how they're accounting for the existing tools using AI. It's just that things like Gemini and Claude and Chat,
How are they making money?
I mean, they charge people, but they have a free version, and then they charge $20 a month for organizations. It's
because they're banking.
Well, yeah,
they're putting all of their money on the fact that before there was Google Ads, there was AdWords.
Well,
and
that's
before
the
that,
idea. Well,
there
and
was
then
the internet.
You
so
touched on this. You touched on
play,
checkout,
baby.
right? And
Pay
probably
play.
probably the biggest news in AI yet is that on January 26th, which is maybe around when this podcast will actually come out.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Shopify, in partnership with Google, is releasing their new protocol on basically products formatted for AI, right? And anyone who buys into this, which is going to be Gemini, Chat. I don't know if Claude was on the list, but it's checking out through AI is coming.
Okay.
And I think what you asked about the buzzword, right? What we don't know yet is how that will actually be adopted post-spike, right? I am sure, because it's the cool thing to do, people will go to Chat and go to Gemini and say, I'm looking for curl cream. Here are the options. Okay, I want to buy this one. Okay. I'm sure that's going to happen, right?
It will be.
At the beginning.
I need to be clear that people are not checking out on ChatGPT.
They will be. Oh, is it funneling them to shop checkout?
It's what you said. It's a shopping channel. It's like Instagram. There are some ways you can check out on Instagram, but otherwise it funnels you to your Shopify checkout. Checkout, I believe, will still be handled in the back end of Shopify.
I don't think that's correct. I think it's I think it's a deep shop pay integration with Gemini and Chat, where you'll be able to actually, I don't know, I could be wrong. I guess we don't know because it's not released. My understanding, I didn't think it was going to open a new window that was a Shopify checkout. I thought that it would just...
How can they do that?
Kind of embed the form.
Oh, wow. Wow, that just opens up so many legal and privacy things that your checkout is in there that you're pulling.
But if it's embedded, and I don't know. We don't know. We don't know until it actually is released. I thought it would be a shopping
channel, because let's face it.
It is a shopping channel.
We love Shopify.
No, but like, for example, I use TikTok Shop a lot. TikTok Shop is a shopping channel. That order is still funneled into Shopify when I'm done with checkout. But when I check out, I never leave TikTok.
Oh, interesting.
I never leave TikTok.
If it'll go like that immediately.
And it's the same thing with Instagram. Instagram actually just removed their checkout in Instagram.
That's correct.
Because Meta is struggling in several ways. But historically, checkout on Instagram, it would pop up and you would input credit card and you would have Apple Pay and Google Pay and all of that.
Or it'll say you can go to the website. Okay, let's see.
So we will see. But that's kind of the main, the highest update, right? And I think to your original question about whether it's a buzzword or whether it's all hype, there will certainly be a massive, the first few weeks that you can do it, there will certainly be a massive spike of people seeing what it's like.
Yeah.
And again, I'm obviously a kind of middle millennial woman who does a lot of shopping. I'm struggling to, what was that face?
I don't know. I guess you'll have to see it when the video comes out.
I'm struggling to understand how, first, like, in terms of metadata and information and images from the website, like, let's go back to the curly hair curl cream example, right? I'm looking for a curl cream. They're going to suggest some products, right? Mm-hmm. I still want to see like before and after photos of someone using the product. I still want to consume the information about the product in a specific way.
Okay.
So I'm struggling to see, and maybe curl cream is a bad example. Maybe shoes are a better example of, okay, I'm looking for high-heeled shoes that are 3 inches tall, that, are comfortable. Do you have some suggestions? It'll make the suggestion. I'm just struggling with, the research is amazing. I'm already using it for research when I'm like, I want walking shoes. I want this. Make some suggestions. I then from there right now go from Chat. I use Chat as like a Google search, right? Yeah. Where I do the research, I ask questions, I try and narrow down the list just because there's so much information and content out there. And then I still am confirming all of the details, even things like return policy. Like, am I going to ask, okay, I want to buy this pair of shoes. I just got a text from someone basically saying there's a patient on his flight that has insulin issues and someone needs a glucometer. I could have helped.
On their way to Rio.
I don't think, no, on their way to Cancun.
Okay.
A patient. Anyway. So yeah, I'm just, because there's even things like when I'm buying things online, I want to know the return policy. Will I have to pay return shipping? I'm sure that's something chat can answer, but I would be worried that it's wrong. Like if I say, okay, I want to get this curl cream, can I get free returns? It might say free returns, but not free shipping. There are a lot of little things that
Okay,
I'm just
I have
not.
a question about that.
Yes. Okay.
We're going to be using it. So you're looking for walking shoes, right?
Yes.
And something that I learned yesterday is that Brazilian flip-flops, Havaianas, would never work on the New York City subway.
Your feet would get poisoned.
Because there's too much vomit or something. So we're looking for
And
walking
rats.
shoes. Okay, we're looking for walking shoes in New York, so they've got to have a bit of a heel. One of the strengths of all of the chat, the GPTs, is their comparison feature. How are they going to standardize that across different brands?
That's really interesting.
Right?
Because people are going to have metadata. You obviously have the description and such, but meta information is going to be labeled completely differently site to site.
So how are they going to figure that out?
So interesting
and this
too,
is where I think this is where we come in. I've been saying for months, and I've been saying it to our clients. They're like, yes, we need more content. It's SEO and everything like that. I'm like, optimizing for AI is a tech function.
I wonder if there's going to be a naming protocol. It's basically going to be like,
schema.
You have to
it's
put
called schema.
It is called schema, I guess so. Yeah, you have to put like the word specs, or you have to put like these words in your meta titles. I think that's what it's going to be, because
until ChatGPT can say walking shoes, 1 inch heel, like, so if you need a 1 inch heel for whatever, or you need a specific type of ingredient in your face cream, it could be the best face cream in the world and should be included in that vertical, in that comparison. If it doesn't have that ingredient, you're screwed. Or it doesn't have the word ingredient or spec or something like that. So how are we going to standardize everything across the different markets?
So I think all of this
tech function, not marketing, guys.
I think all of this to say, AI shopping will be very neat for specific products. Yes. I think it will be huge for reorders, right? Once you've bought something.
Yes.
But then I think there are past examples where we thought things would be huge that just never did. And I was speaking about this at NRF last week, where Amazon has had 2 different products. It had the Dash. I don't know if you knew about this. It was basically a button that you could put around your house.
I heard. Yeah.
And you could press it to reorder your Tide Pods, your dishwasher, whatever like regular things that you had. You could basically have a button per product. Completely failed. Like no one used it. And everyone's like, oh my God, this is so cool, because when I want to reorder things, it'll be faster, right? And then you have, still by Amazon, voice shopping. You remember we've talked to a few voice shopping things. They're like, it's the largest growing channel. Do you know one person who's ordered by voice?
Not one of the big disruptors.
It's just not a disruptor. And I think that AI, I think it will have its place. I don't think it's going to fully replace shopping on a website.
No.
And I think even to further my point, right? I talk about this somewhat frequently, the collection page, right? The collection page has been a grid ever since it wasn't a list, right? It was a list in like 1991.
Yeah.
It was a list. And then as soon as you could actually like render images in like some way, it became a grid, a paginated grid. And it has been that way since.
Yeah. Well,
people have tried to change it. You have filters. People have tried infinite load, which is okay. People have tried load more buttons. But and you obviously have changed what's on the collection page, right? I love like a grade for whether you put reviews or not, testing various things. But ultimately, it's a grid, and it's always going to be a grid, right? Because there is a way that humans consume information that just works, and you have to think across generations, right? How are people consuming things? So I think all that to say, AI is a thing. AI shopping will be a thing. You will certainly continue using it for search. I think that's maybe the more interesting piece, right? Like AI sponsored search results,
Well,
how
pay
they
to
make
play
their
is
money.
coming.
Pay
You're
to
going
play
to
is
have
certainly
to
coming,
keep
right? How
ponying
does
up.
that affect your AEO / GEO performance?
Well, it's the same as Google. You're going to have to optimize for organic, right? And then at some stage, and this is what the big AIs are banking on, is that you're going to have to then do sponsored results. You're going to be boosting things, and that will just make it another type of search engine, which is why I think it's so interesting what you're saying about, you could get Google to help you write your email if you wanted to. You used to be able to download templates, right? And we used to do that. And
I think overall where this is leading is just to more movement, more consumption, more content, right? AI is a tool for more. Just like the internet was a tool for more, it's just a different tool for more. And I don't think that ultimately we need to freak out, but we do need to pivot. And I think the main interesting thing, just to move things along a little bit in terms of what we're seeing and what's new in e-commerce, is what's not working, right? And I think that very interestingly, traditional paid social is going down the drain. And I think that a big part of that
paid advertising.
Paid advertising,
even on Google.
Google I don't think has gone down as much as it. Again, we're seeing it across the board, right? I think Google changed its page layout last year sometime. I remember this being a big thing. And I think that bothered people a little bit. There was way more. They basically tried to put more sponsored information in front of your face. And I think people are like, but I want to see the real information. So, and obviously chat replaced a lot of it, right? Where people were, even dentists near me, where people were searching on that in Google, they're now searching for that in chat. So obviously traffic is down and intent seems down, at least directly attributed to paid advertising. I think, interestingly, Merchant Center,
Google
at least for me personally,
just Google Shopping,
Google Shopping seems to be doing okay in terms of kind of getting traffic to you. And then, interestingly, and Meta also, I don't know if you've noticed this, Meta has changed its I actually like it better. You can basically now on Reels or Stories see like a few, and then you have like 5 ads at once. And then you like don't have it because it was getting crazy where, and I actually stopped using Instagram because it was just like story ad, story ad, story ad. And I was like, fuck, I don't want to see another ad. I want to like see what's going on. I want to quickly be able to get through the stories.
Here's what I'm going to say about paid anything, right? It's not that it's not working, because you've got to be there. You've got to be in the same circus where all your competitors are. It's not attributable anymore. So again, paid marketing agencies,
this has been an issue for a while, but I
think it's one of the big, not disruptors. I'm just going to, the big chaos causes from the last
year. We'll talk about
why.
Why do you think it's not attributable?
Because of non-click, zero-click marketing on platforms. There is no incentive.
What does that mean?
For let me tell you what that means. There's no incentive for any platform to remove a consumer from their platform. Instagram has no interest in asking you to go to the website to check out, because then they're losing you. They're losing that kind of concentration that you had on there.
Like if you go buy something, even though that ad worked, you are now not a viewer on other ads unless you go back, but you probably are going to go do something else now.
Correct. So it's really, really difficult to attribute. So we're having to show
not only that,
attribution.
That's one issue, but then on top of that, you have, I don't know what the term for this is, but you see an ad, you're intrigued by it, but you don't actually click on it. You kind of bookmark it for later, like think about it, and then you search for it later. And it's like, well, what are you actually attributing? Because ads come from everywhere, right? You see an ad for a couch, you then search for the couch, you then see it on TikTok, you then search for it, you then ask ChatGPT to pull up Barrel couch, like where did you actually buy the couch from?
Well, what was the inflection point?
Correct.
I have a perfect example. 2 days ago, the day before, when did I meet them? A day before we left, right? Client, a partner of ours, really great client, came to us saying their paid media agency said that their Google Analytics is double counting, which it is. double counting events, sessions, everything like that. Revenue figures are not meant, things. So their suggestion is, oh, you're going to love this. Let's put their tracking code directly into the head. And I said, no fucking way. Because the head, and I've written a blog about this, and we must share our 2 personal blogs that we've been developing. Your head code is so important. If we are firing all of the tracking scripts in your head code, your website will never load. Tip for 2026, do not let any marketing agency, app, your developers tell you to put tracking code in the head. Yes, there has to be some. Just make it Google Tag Manager. Run
also,
everything
ultimately this is a performance issue. It's a performance and crawlability issue. If you have too much in your head.
We had it with the other client.
No, I know, but if we have too much, correct, sites don't load. You then create issues for your customers trying to shop on your site. So,
but wait, why do they do it? Because if their tracking code is first, then they can show attribution. If they're firing before consent is firing, which you legally cannot do,
which does happen for sure,
then they're showing attribution.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled.
Yeah.
Speak to your developer. Again, a tech function, not a marketing function.
Okay, so point being that paid advertising, due to a myriad of reasons, is not really performing. So there's zero-click attribution, there's tracking, there's cookies, which we haven't actually really talked about. How, I mean, from our perspective,
that has changed.
Well, from an analytics and CRO perspective, and it's something we're kind of working on and working through, especially in Europe, where everyone is kind of just like almost everyone rejects cookies in Europe. We can't even see, we have one client that just launched a huge product in Europe. We can't even see what countries people are buying from. We can obviously see it if we like export the sales data and like write our own, like we can see where things are shipping, but we can't see conversion rate for Germany versus Italy versus France to see where this product is most popular. And I think that is, just in terms of talking about what's working and what's going to change in 2026, we're obviously huge on making data-driven decisions.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say it's more challenging because there's different data to make decisions from, but things like cookies and kind of understanding your customer is going to become more of a challenge.
Which is why you need so many different touch points. So you have to be on social.
Can we talk about organic a little bit?
Organic what? I mean, organic is the root of everything.
Well, I think with the kind of rise of Meta overall, social
Metadata.
Sorry,
or
not Meta,
Facebook.
just paid advertising overall.
Okay,
Meta, Facebook,
okay,
paid advertising, Instagram, etc. Even TikTok. I think, well, TikTok not so much, but I think organic content took a little bit of a backseat, and people were much more focused about creating content for their ads.
And
a little bit less on organic.
Brands that have stayed true to organic and are doing real life touching really
well, that's my point. I think if you're making, and that's where TikTok comes in, right? TikTok is much less sponsored, I would say. It's much more organic content. You obviously have the people who are pushing product on shop and things like that. But I think from a platform perspective, for me, TikTok is much less paid.
Okay, so here's and the word you're looking for is authenticity.
Authentic.
Yes, I want brands to be authentic. We partner with really great design kind of agencies and branders and everything like that. And when we speak, and we've had Arnava, he curated our
100th episode.
Arnava Arsen from One of One Brands. He speaks a lot about just like authentic brand experiences, brands with heart and soul. Those are going to be, for me, the winners in 2026.
100%. And I think that if you're curating content that people are interested in, regardless of what you're selling necessarily, it's kind of like when you think about email marketing, right? And you think about curating, this is actually an amazing tie-in.
To retention marketing.
No, just generally. So when you think about your email marketing program, and this has been huge for a while, and I'm going to double down on it this year, you can't just be doing sales. You can't just be like 30% off, 60% off.
No.
You saw this, come buy it. It can't just be buy. the most successful email marketing programs are the ones that are speaking to their customers' desires outside of the products that they sell, but still tied in, right? So something we've been, and I talk about this to many clients. Probably my favorite retention marketing program is Love Every, because when you buy a playset, they ask you for the birth month at least and year of the child you're buying it for.
Okay.
They then have that so they know how old that child is. And they are then sending you age-specific information on like Montessori raising your child.
Oh, amazing.
So like, you know, around 9 months and so, and between 6 months and a year, they start sending things about, you know, and they sell their products at the bottom, but it's more about like videos about teething, right? Information about tantrums and how to handle boundaries. And it's a lot of just like really great parenting content that goes in line with like the Montessori element of what they do, but ultimately it's educational. It is helpful information that they are segmenting based on the age of your child.
You're more inclined
and you
to
basically get into the segment when you're in a specific age, and they have that whatever metadata is tracking that, or tag, or however they're doing it. And I think that's crucial, right? Because number one, I'm talking about it now. Number two, they're giving me great information. Number three, I'm sure I have purchased something. Actually, I know exactly what I purchased. I purchased a new bath set because they sent an email about baths and rubber bath toys and mold and the squeeze toys and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, there you go.
And I was like, well, this is interesting. And then I was like, oh, let me buy that. So I think people get worried because it's not a direct driver of revenue, right? You cannot send an email necessarily about teething to a group of people when that's not really what you do, and expect that to drive thousands of dollars in revenue, right? But it's cultivating a community. It's cultivating information and keeping you top of mind in terms, and you're getting opens, right? You're getting opens to your emails, which is good for your whole list and your list health and everything.
Okay, it's also data that you own.
That's
so here's the thing. If someone gives you their email address, that is first party data. You own that email address now, unless they specifically ask you, please do not send me any more emails. Then you cannot. But until they do that, you have like a direct line into that person's home.
Well,
seriously.
All right, it's not that intense.
Well, it kind of is when we're talking about, and that's going to be the next, and we need to wrap it up now.
We do need to wrap it up.
And that's got to be a topic, retention marketing.
Well, just generally, again, everything's about diversification, right? You don't want to put your eggs into one basket ever, right? So you still have to do paid. You have to be there. You have to focus on organic. You have to focus on retention. I think overall it's very expensive to get a new customer. I think in 2026, you know, as AI ads are kind of ramping up or whatever is happening, focus on your current customers. Focus on customers who once bought from you who haven't for a while. See if you can get them back into the funnel. Any parting thoughts?
No, but may I just apologize for these ridiculous pink microphones?
No, I love them.
I feel so uncomfortable holding them.
Why?
I'm just like, I don't know, because they're just, I don't know.
You don't like the fuzzy? Do you want to go back to the not fuzzy one for you?
I don't mind it, but I've been feeling uncomfortable. We'll be fine with the next ones that we do.
I'm going to keep using it. I love it.
I think it's great, but I think you know what? I feel a little bit like a really shitty influencer. Hi guys, welcome to my channel.
All right, well, that's where we'll leave you. We'll be back soon because we're actually going to record more from Rio and kind of stagger it over time. But we're headed to the beach, right? Or to lunch?
Headed to the beach, and then I'm thinking cocktails at the Copacabana Palace.
Love it. Chat soon.